So oat milk has made a huge push into the plant-based alternatives to milk category. My question to you is, how do we know that this isn't a fad, the overall category? And two, how do we know that oat milk is going to outlast the other alternatives, other kinds of nut milk, for example?
Yes, I would say start by answering that question by looking at what's gone on in Sweden, because Sweden basically developed oat milk. It's a pretty big dairy market, and basically it's been available for around about 20 years, but really in its new guise as this kind of activist brand, it's been available for around sort of 8, 9 years. And if you look in Sweden, oat milk is 70% of the plant-based milk category, and Oatly itself has a 50% share. So if you look in Sweden as well, there's over 100 different SKUs of oat milk-based products. So that's where it's been around the longest, and that's where it's having quite a bit of success. Fast forward to Europe, so to go to the UK, came here in relaunched really in 2017, and it's overtaken almond and soy to be the dominant plant-based milk. And also in Germany, it's a 60% share as of January data. 60% share there become the dominant plant-based milk. In the US, as of 2020, it was around 14%. Almond is 65% of the market there. And basically, where Oatly goes, oat milk takes off. And that's the opportunity really here in buying shares in Oatly.
It's interesting what you just said now, where Oatly goes, oat milk takes off, even though in the US, almond is the favored milk alternative. But equally, there is a lot of competition in this space. Oatly isn't the only company who is trying to make a push into dairy alternatives. How much of a risk do you think that is to their overall business model? Just new entrants coming into the market, new competition?
I mean, it's a massive risk. This is what consumer companies are doing. You're always competing. I mean, I cover countless consumer products companies for whom are always competing in their business. They all spend significant amounts of money on advertising, and they're all competing in terms of where they are. I guess with Oatly, what you've got a company that wakes up every day looking at oats and goes to bed thinking about oats. So it's all about oats. And I guess the other companies you talk about, they might be involved in almond, they might be involved in dairy. And so to a certain extent, having that unique focus around oats and having this unique focus around sustainability, I think gives them a competitive advantage because they're prepared probably to do things differently than other companies. And I think, in this consumer world, a company that stands up and has this very strong presence in sustainability and really stands up and probably walks the walk, so to speak, rather than necessarily just talking the talk, I think can really resonate with the kind of consumers that it's going after, and that can probably support its resilience as a brand and its success as a brand.
Edward, what's up with Oatly's advertising strategy? It feels like riding through London, you see billboards everywhere, which is not exactly what you think of these days when we think about new companies coming to market.
Yes, I mean, it is. I would urge everyone to go onto YouTube and look at sort of videos with John Schoolcraft, who's the creative head there. And from what he said when he joined the company, he said, "I'll only join if you get rid of the marketing department." So they do things differently. And yes, the billboards, the advertising on the side of the carton, the Super Bowl ad having Tony Peterson standing in a field full of oats paying Wow No Cow, which my 8-year-old sons love listening to. It's a very different, and it gets through the noise and it resonates with the kind of consumers that they're really going after, the kind of consumers who are very focused on sustainability. I mean, look at the way they pushed into London, really going into hipster cafes in Shoreditch. Those are the places they went with this oat milk barista product, created word of mouth, created buzz, and that generated obviously a lot of success for them. So just doing things very differently, and I think that gives them a competitive advantage.